Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. In heart-pumping moments, you need hydration that can keep up. That's where Liquid IV comes in. Scientifically formulated to quickly replenish electrolytes and fluids lost from your well-earned sweat session. Hydrate your favorite mode of movement with Liquid IV. Made with triple the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients. Also available and sugar-free. Tear, pour, live more. Visit liquidiv.com to learn more.
Nothing is what it appears to be.
It seems pretty clear to me.
Because you're only seeing part of it. I'm talking about a clean slate.
You ever try and clean an actual slate? You always see what was on it before.
Are you volunteering?
I don't have a choice, do I? How did it get this far?
Caroline. Actions have consequences.
Oh, God, you're loving this, aren't you?
I'm sorry you don't understand what I'm offering here. But what we do helps people. If you become a part of that, it can help you.
Right. You're just looking out for me.
Perhaps better than you have. We can take care of this mess. After your 5-year term, you will be free
I don't deserve this. I was just trying to make a difference. Trying to take my place in the world, you know, like she always said. And now I'm... I know. I know. Actions have consequences.
What if they didn't?
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, Patreon party people? Welcome to Boys Watching Dollhouse. We're just two boys watching every episode of Dollhouse for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I am Joe.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about episode 0, unaired pilot titled Echo, written and directed by Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Ground Zero.
Yeah, I guess we'll label this as episode 0, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I have it in my notes, season 1, episode 1, no mas.
Yeah, do you want to call this episode 1 or do you want to call that episode 0? Your call.
Episode 0.
Okay, episode 0, which is this is one where we found out after the fact that there was, of course, with the latest Whedon stuff, an unaired pilot, and this is the unaired pilot apparently that someone later mentioned that we should probably, it spoils some stuff later in the season ish.
Oh, really?
Because it's like they never aired this, but it's some stuff I'm sure will be backtracked and then told. But this is the one we're watching first. It's first on IMDb. Yeah. It's first on the CW app, CW.com. Yeah, so this is the first one. This is our first foray into the Dollhouse. We're coming to the close on our Whedon-ish stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna be probably the last. I don't want to say
it's
ever.
Probably,
might be.
It probably won't be based off of. We have a shout out, you know.
Yeah, we got a shout out, and this is a rare Patreon shout out because we normally save those for the main feed.
Yes,
but Vance gave this person the option. Hey, which one do you want to be shouted out on? You want to be shouted out on Veronica Mars? You want to be shouted out on Dollhouse? This person chose Dollhouse, so here's a shout out for Brittany for giving us a 5-star Spotify rating. Thank you so much, Brittany. If you want to get a shout out, Apple Podcast 5-star rating review, Spotify 5-star rating, take a screenshot and send it in to us.
Yes. And Brittany asked if we were going to do the Slayer's audiobook, which is something that we had talked about. And I kind of forgot about it.
I forgot about that as well. I saw the email from Brittany and I was like, oh yeah, we were like thinking about doing that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This might not be the last Whedon thing we've done.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I mean, Slayer's Whedon might not be involved as much, but it's still his
property.
Yeah. So
it's like saying that the new Star Wars, that's not George Lucas.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars, though.
The world's, yeah. So the Slayer's audiobook might be something we do at some point. We don't know where.
No promises.
Yeah, but but it might happen.
Don't hold us to it. Yeah, don't hold us to it.
You know, this is a short season of Dollhouse.
It is a pretty short season of Dollhouse.
2 seasons, yeah.
Yeah, 2 seasons, 13 episodes minus episode 0, so 27 episodes. Yeah. 27, my lucky number.
Okay.
There you go. So yeah, this is our first foray into Dollhouse. I mean, for as little as I knew about Buffy, for as little as I know about Angel, for as little as I know about Veronica Mars, I knew absolutely nothing of Dollhouse.
I knew the poster and I knew it was some type of spy multiple personality thing. So I think I knew more about Dollhouse slightly than I did Veronica Mars, based off of us reviewing Veronica Mars and it going a little differently than I thought.
If you want to hear us talk about that for 2 hours, so that's on the main feed. But yeah, I mean, I went into this and I love that. I love going into things completely blind, like especially movies. Mm-hmm. Like if there's a movie that I might be interested in, I try to go in as blind as possible and just be surprised and take it all in. So it'll be nice. It's nice to like go into this not knowing the premise, not knowing. Well, I knew that Eliza Dushku was in it just because people said that when we were talking about like what show should we do next. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, like the premise of the show, I had no fucking idea what it was going to be.
Let's do a little IMDb corner, which we normally do in the movies, just to set the tone, get some characters out of the way, some faces that we recognize, and then we can get into like a little synopsis of the episode. There's this guy named Paul who's like an FBI agent guy. I did not recognize him because he's from Battlestar Galactica, which I did not watch. We will talk about him and his character.
Very interesting guy.
Yeah, there is Topher, played by Fran Kranz from Cabin in the Woods.
What an awful name. Is that the guy that you thought was like Simon Helberg-ish?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And we did Cabin in the Woods on the Patreon. We reviewed that, so check that out.
Boys watching movies.
Yep. Olivia Williams, who I've seen in stuff. She's in Rushmore and The Sixth Sense. And I haven't seen her she's been in some things like that, but I haven't seen her in a lot more. So it's interesting to see her playing a boss pseudo villain character here, which is interesting. Yeah. Then I
thought that she looked really familiar to me. Mm-hmm. I thought that she might have been a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gwendolyn Post.
Mm-mm.
But not the case.
No. And then there's Boyd, who is Echo's handler. Echo is the name of Eliza Dushku's character. And that's played by Harry Lenez. And he's from Man of Steel. He's from 24. And he's from The Blacklist. And I recognize him from The Blacklist, which I watched a little bit of. Didn't recognize him from 24, which I have watched. And I did recognize him from Man of Steel because he's in the end of Man of Steel when he talks to Superman about like the satellite that he crushed. Spoilers for Man of Steel.
That cinematic universe that's dead.
And this guy and he's also in this pilot, basically just an exposition machine that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Which kind of ties into something. And then there's one other character I wanted to bring up, which is Sierra, played by Dichin Lachman. Lachman? and she's from Severance and Jurassic World Dominion.
Yes.
She has such a specific, unique look that every time you see her in something, you're like, okay, that's her.
Yeah. You see that. You see her and you're like, I know I've seen you in other things.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see her in this more.
Dominion. Yeah, she's got such an interesting look.
Yeah.
There's one other character that we forgot to mention that has a very familiar face.
Or is it familiar?
Oh. We got our girl Amy Acker in it, who was in Angel for several seasons as the character Fred. She also was in Cabin in the Woods. Lots, dude. Joss is loyal to his people, it seems like.
And she's all scarred up in this one.
Yeah. Something went wrong there.
And you know how she wanted to like stretch her wings and play some different characters, and now she's playing the same character she played in Cabin in the Woods and parts of Angel. So it's like, all right.
Just throw a lab coat on Amy Acker. She's at home, my dude.
I think she has a lab coat on in another like show that she's in, like one of those like procedural shows that she's in. I think she's,
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
She fucking rocks a lab coat.
I know.
But she's in this as well. So, how we do things on the Patreon series is we usually do a quick synopsis of what happens in the episode, and then we go further in. It's a little bit different than the main feed stuff where we go scene by scene. This one's a little bit looser. We talk main synopsis and then get really into the points that we want to break down and what we found interesting about each episode. So, without further ado, here's I'm going to try and make a quick synopsis, but there is a lot of stuff that happens in this episode. The episode, here's the general.
Yeah, just generalize and we'll talk about scenes. Yeah.
General thing is Eliza Dushku is playing Echo, who is like part of this secret organization known as Dollhouse, and they are basically kind of mindless bodies that scientists can implant personalities and knowledge into and send them out on missions. So Echo goes on a couple of missions in this thing. She goes out with a guy for like dates for one weekend, which seems like what mission is that? I guess you can just like hire these dolls to do anything that you want. And sometimes it's just going out and having a good time at a birthday party. Other times it's saving a kidnapped girl, which is the second mission that Echo goes on. But with that personality implant comes some complications because it's not just one person's personality either. It's like an amalgamation of some things, it seems like. And Echo, when she's on the case where she's trying to get back this dude's kidnapped daughter, the personality that she's given is a woman named Ellen Page, which I was like, isn't that the name of? I don't remember.
I don't think it's Page. I don't think it's Ellen Page.
It's definitely Page. I don't know if it's Ellen, but anyway, the person whose implant that she has gotten implanted with was abused by somebody that she runs into, and it causes like all of this trauma to be brought back up. It causes Echo's personality implant to become destabilized, and then she doesn't know what's real and what's not. And like, even if you like kind of hint that that's not their actual personality and that they're like a soulless husk that needs to get personalities implanted, it confuses them and it can disrupt their mission. I gotta say, this is a crazy, interesting premise.
I feel like I've seen enough sci-fi stuff that this isn't the craziest thing. Because what's the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Total Recall.
Like I've seen The Matrix. Joe hasn't. So I was like,
wow. Out me, why don't you, Vance?
Yeah. It's right up your alley. You should probably watch it.
I would love it, probably.
So, yeah, this isn't the craziest thing, just swapping out. What they do with it is weird, and the reasoning is strange. and the delivery is interesting.
Yeah. So while all of that's going on with Echo and the dolls and like saving this girl, there's a side story where there's this FBI agent, Paul, who is investigating Dollhouse, but the FBI doesn't believe it exists. So they're like, this guy's a fucking crackpot. Like, why are you still investigating this Dollhouse thing? And he's like, because I believe it exists. And yeah, so that's his story that's going on. And Echo's handler, Boyd, who is like a former cop, he has like a duty to, he believes in like doing the right thing and like completing missions. But the people that run Dollhouse don't give a fuck about the missions. They care about the dolls because they don't want to get exposed as doing this. So it's an interesting conflict there.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. I got some thoughts.
And yeah. And then Amy Acker is just like a scarred up lady. I don't know what her story is at this point.
She's one of the other scientist lab people, but not Topher, who's the guy that's in charge of swapping out the mind stuff.
Yeah, he's the genius programmer that's like kind of behind Dollhouse, and he seems fucking evil as hell.
I don't feel like he's as evil. I think he just is morally doesn't care. Like, he does not find anything morally reprehensible about what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could say that's evil.
I think it's evil.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it depends on your definition of evil and your social standing. He's a hero in his own right. You know, he has his own, like, he doesn't think what he's doing is wrong.
Yeah.
But
robbing people of their personalities to implant them and
they
them super
sign
spines.
over their rights, show. In the weirdest opening scene I think I've ever seen in the show.
Yeah. But that's kind of the episode.
At the end, there's a crazy stalker that's like trying to find Echo, and he's killed 2 people, and he's like shirtless and very jacked, and something to come.
He's watching like an old tape of Echo before she lost her personality and signed away her life to Adele DeWitt.
Yeah,
which was the head of Dollhouse,
which we don't get a lot of the reasoning why she has to do it. It's so vague. Like, it opens with like security cam footage, and then we're in the room and Echo's talking to Adele,
and Echo's kind of let's just talk about this opening scene.
Wasn't her name Constance in that, or was she Echo then? I don't know. She's just in it. It's just a weird. It's like found footage. It's like a security cam footage, like someone's watching.
In this opening scene, her name is Caroline.
Oh, Caroline. Yeah, I had it written down and I crossed it out because they called her Echo the rest of it. I was like, I'm not confusing myself anymore because her name changes.
Yeah. No, I wrote so many different names for Echo. But in this opening scene, she's Caroline, and it seems that Caroline has done some kind of crime, and Abby DeWitt or Adele DeWitt is like, I don't know why I keep saying Abby DeWitt, whatever. But Adele DeWitt is like, we can't, like, there's nothing we can do. She seems like a lawyer that's like defending her or something. She's like, there's nothing we can do. We have to take this plea bargain. Except there is another way. And Caroline's like interested in like, let's hear about it. And it turns out this other way is like making her dog. But if she doesn't take it, she's going to do like or if she does take it, she's doing a 5-year sentence.
No, the 5-year signing up to this is for 5 years.
Okay, for Dollhouse.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can wipe your slate clean. Have you ever tried to clean a slate? Stuff's always left behind.
Yeah.
We're not at quote unquote yet, but that was something.
Yeah. So it was an interesting, like, oh, this is a way out, kind of like, you know, at the beginning of Squid Game where the guy's like down on his luck, and then I've got a way that you can win a bunch of money.
Well, see, that's interesting because you see the character's downfall before that moment, and you know that he's like a degenerate gambler. You know, there's stuff involved in Squid Game.
Yeah.
Now, I was happy to find out that this was the unaired pilot because I don't think this works very well as a pilot.
Why not?
I think the setup of her character, the setup of what Dollhouse does is very strange. Because at first it's like, oh, we're just like we're swapping out these brains for like escorts, right? So like she's just going out on a date, and I'm like, okay, that seems like, why do you need that when you could just like literally hire an escort? Why do you need like a highly like, unless I thought it was going to be like more like Black Mirror, where it's like, hey, I used to like this girl, this isn't her, can you put her mind in this girl's body? So I'm like basically hanging out with like the love of my life, high school crush or something like that. But it's not really that. It seems like, I don't know what mind thing went into her for the first opening date that we see.
Yeah, the first opening date is like she's just like riding motorcycles with a guy, and he's like, this is the best weekend ever. He has her at the birthday party, and like not only are they implanting her with like a personality, they give her a bunch of like fake memories as well.
Yeah, I mean they have like, the whole thing. Yeah, they're like, and then she leaves, and then that guy's like, yep, Cinderella's got to go back to the ball, or the clock struck midnight or something. I was like, it's only 5 o'clock. I'm like, is it 5 in the morning or 5 p.m.? Like, what's happening at this thing? And then she go like, you open with the motorcycle chase that's just like action scene for pointless sake. And then she's just at a dance. Like they drive into a party. This guy's obviously wealthy. And then she just goes back, gets her mind sucked, and then she's walking around like a aimless husk until the next time someone needs her. And it's like, why is she the person that you put certain, like, how do you choose which husk to put what person in? Because it doesn't seem like it would matter.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if like,
do you pick them out of a catalog and you're like, oh, I like the way that person looks?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if that guy shows up, he's like, I want a date for the weekend. I'll pay whatever. Let me see who you got. Just like flipping through a lookbook.
And I want to introduce her to my friends at my birthday party.
Yeah, like, what are you going to tell them when she never shows up again?
The guy at the end is like, because I thought the guy in the beginning might be like a character that like really is something. And then that's when we get her handler Boyd being like, I think she really likes that guy. He just sits in the van like watching her every move. Yeah. And his exposition is so, because we watched Cabin in the Woods, and there was another guy, the black security guy, that just starts working at that place, and he walks through like, hey, why are you guys doing this? Wait, you guys do this? That seems a little morally reprehensible. I'm like, why are you there? Like, he acts like he's like, I don't believe it. Like, you're a handler for a mind-controlled woman, and you're acting like, oh, why are they doing this? I'm her handler. We need it. No, dude, get out of that place.
Yeah.
You can't take the moral high ground when you're dropping her off to like 3-day dates with some guy that paid her money.
Yeah, like he's an interesting guy because he like they're like, oh, you're a former cop, and he's like struggling with the morality of Dollhouse. But like, we don't know. This isn't his first day on the job.
No, and like, how did you end up on this? Like, it's not his first day on the job, but he's acting like it is.
Yeah, and he's always like coming into conflict with Adele DeWitt
and Topher.
Yeah, like, and he's just like, this is wrong. It shouldn't be done. Why are you erasing her memory? She really liked that guy. Right. Why are you erasing her memory? She needs to find that daughter. It's like,
yeah.
You know what the deal is.
Right? Like, I'm sure they vetted you, but like they weren't like, oh, we just need some random cop to watch this one girl. It's a lot there. And then we go from the date to then her just getting a negotiator's mindset.
Yeah.
And my thought was, so the guy, there's a wealthy guy who is tied to Dollhouse. Like he has some connection to Dollhouse. Like he knows of it. He might have financial stake. He doesn't run the company, but he's tied to the company somehow. So he's like, all right, my daughter was kidnapped. They want a $5 million ransom. I'm going to go to Dollhouse. I need them to get me something because they said, don't go to the cops.
I don't know if he's tied. I think he just knows about Dollhouse.
Okay, or somehow he knows about, like, he knows enough about Dollhouse that he goes to them. Like, he knows exactly how the process works. Like, he's not like some guy off the street and someone was like, hey, here's a card, call this number, they'll send you someone. Like, he knows that there's girls having their mind changed and whatever. And I'm just like, why did he go to, like, he's obviously has millions of dollars that he can spend. Why doesn't he hire like an actual negotiator?
Yeah, that is a question as well.
That is my biggest thing is like, why not hire an escort that isn't mind controlled to be your date for 3 days? Because those exist already. Why not hire...
Get the girlfriend experience, my man.
The negotiator whose mind is in this husk is based off of a real person, which means there are real negotiators that can do this job that you're hiring the Dollhouse person for. So,
yeah, and you know what? I think I said like they implant fake memories. I don't think that that's true either. Like,
no,
I think
they're
that
like
I was
real
wrong
people.
about that.
They're like real people.
It's the personalities of real people.
And sometimes it's an amalgamation of people.
Well, that's the thing. Is it was like, did the guy that had the date with the girl at the beginning of this episode, did his girlfriend die? And then she's just like with the personality of the dead girlfriend?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Like hotter or something?
Maybe because she has the memory that they've been together longer than the time.
That's what made me think like, oh, this must be fake memories. But then they go so far to say like, no, this is a real person. The person that abused her was there and it like triggered a trauma flashback.
So now the question is, it's one thing for them to get regular people to sign over to become these husks. Where do they get the real people's?
Yeah, the real people's personalities.
Yeah.
Because there has to be way more of those personalities.
Yeah, then you need more of those personalities than the husk. And they're all women, it seems. No, there's guys there too.
No, there's guys.
Yeah. Because when she shows up to, I don't know, the guy whose daughter is kidnapped place. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I forget his name. Yeah.
But when she
just kept rating him his dad.
When she shows up in her business suit and hair tied back in her glasses.
I love that he was like, you made her fucking
nearsighted
glasses.
She's nearsighted. Why'd you make her nearsighted?
She also has asthma.
She also has asthma. That was such a weed and little throwaway until it becomes a callback that gets overused. But they like that's just more exposition stuff. Like you have. This is not your second mission. This isn't the second time you've seen her. He's like, well, you can make her nearsighted. Why do you make her nearsighted? Why give her? He's like, well, I have to keep it close to what the thing is. But I'm like, where are they getting the identities to put into them? Because he just has like a hard drive.
Grave robbing the smartest people.
I don't know, but
sucking out their brains.
That would make sense. But he didn't realize until later that the person whose personality he put in, she had committed suicide. He seemed shocked when he found that out. So I don't know where they got the identity.
Yeah, you know what? This show's a bunch of bullshit.
It's a weird.
Let's do Gilmore Girls.
It's a weird. It's like that was the thing that kept questioning me. I'm like, there's a guy who's working with this girl, and he's like, I don't know why we do the Dollhouse thing. This is morally reprehensible, but he's still doing it. He's like, I'm her handler. I'm like, why are you attached to that girl? Like, what is your connection to Echo besides they say this is your assignment?
Do the other ones have different handlers, or does Boyd like handle any doll that? I'm just going to refer to the husks as dolls at this point.
Okay, that makes more sense than husk.
Yeah. But like, is he like Echo's personal handler, and do all the other ones have their own personal handler? There's so many levels to this Dollhouse thing.
Here's the thing. What makes Echo important? Because for the guy who picked her out for the date, sure, maybe he picked out that look, right?
Yeah.
But when this guy says, hey, I need somebody, Dollhouse, I need you to do it. They send over her, and he's like, no, it needs to be a guy. I need like a Edward James Olmos type character, right?
Yeah.
So why did they decide to use Echo? Like, what about Echo made them go, all right, this is a high value case. This is a high value client. Is a life on the line? Because they're still trying to get the daughter back because it's a business thing. They don't have anything to gain by not solving this problem.
Yeah.
Why did they use Echo?
I don't know.
Right?
Do you think that you could implant a female personality into a male body or vice versa?
But I'm just saying, why not use any other female that was there? You know what I mean? Like, why?
She's the main character.
I know. But then they also don't do multiple people until later. Like, why just make it one person and a handler? Why not go, okay, we got our handlers. We got like 3 dolls. One's going to be like because later Sierra is like more militant coming in when they go on the second part. But why not get some other people ready to go?
Yeah, have a couple dolls.
Have a couple dolls. Have a team. Like, oh yeah, this lady that's a negotiator, she kind of worked with like 3 other people. Like, just, I know it's like a pilot and a show, but I'm just trying to figure out like the tracking, because when he shows up, like wouldn't that guy pick out who he wanted to? Because they sent him they sent him a woman and he's like, I don't even want this. And I'm like, what?
Well, dude, he's skeptical from the very minute. It's like, then why did you come here?
That was driving me insane. The part where he starts to make her like glitch out is
when he's like telling her like, why do you even remember what you're doing? Like, tell me some specifics about you. See, you're just a dumb doll. These are just implanted memories and stuff. And then Echo's like,
it's so true. And I'm like,
dude, wait, you know what this is.
Why are you mad at her?
Yeah, I don't get it.
At this point, just hire a real negotiator. They're based off real people. I don't know why you need a doll to do things that you can get a regular person to do. The guy that was at the club later, the Russian dude, he has a room full of girls.
Yeah.
That are obviously like some escorts, some paid, some are just like, they're partying because he has money and he's buying drinks. But
well, that's what the FBI investigator is like, because he sees this as like a human trafficking type of deal. Like, where do the dolls come from?
All right, let's talk about Paul. This was one of my least favorite scenes of the whole episode. Was when he was being interrogated in the police. Like, he's a cop and he's talking to 2 other cops or 2 other higher ups. And they're saying, hey, why are you going after this dollhouse thing? And he's like, well, take me off of it then. But you can't, because someone higher up with a lot of money still thinks it's real, because they don't think it's real.
Yeah.
And then they start bringing up like Russian trafficking into this too. So it's like the Russians are a part of this thing. And they're like yelling. And the acting is so cheesy in this scene. It's so over the top. And it's intercut with him kickboxing some guy the whole time.
Yeah.
Just so you can have that payoff of like, all right, we want you to step down. Can you handle that? And then you show him going from getting beat up to winning the fight. And then it cut back to him and he goes, yeah, I can. It's like, that was very cheesy. So cheesy.
I was also just getting confused about whether or not like they want him on the case.
Yeah.
I was like, so what is this guy doing? Like, is this like a rogue FBI agent that's like doing this on his own? But like somebody is hiring him to do it. But like,
you want him to stop going after Dollhouse and focus on the Russian case, but not focus. I was just, it was all over the place with there. And this actor is really just, I didn't see him in Battlestar, but the delivery and his mouth movement is so exaggerated.
Yeah, I don't like the look of Paul. Like, I don't know what it is with the way the actor looks. I'm just not a fan of him.
He looks so douchebaggy.
Yeah. He looks like a villain, and I don't think he is.
Yeah, you can have a complicated person that you're supposed to like, but he's not. Like, the guy that's the handler for Echo, he has this likability, like older wise, like I'm just trying to protect her kind of thing. But that also just feels weird considering the place that he works at and collects his paychecks from. But,
there has to be something with his backstory where he's like a disgraced cop and like this is the only job that he could get.
Exactly. And that's why I'm thinking that the pilot, as a pilot, is not giving me, I'm not getting enough of why she became a doll. I'm not getting enough of why this person is doing this. I'm not getting enough of why these cops want him to stop finding the dollhouse thing. Like, it's so much stuff like that that's not. I'm very interested to see the actual pilot that got released because I think he's going to clean up some stuff.
Hopefully. I'm worried that it would be just like a continuation of this and then we're going to get like a Firefly situation where like you just don't have the information.
Yeah, I think it will continue, but I think they'll do a better job of weaving some stuff in because this is so exposition heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So exposition heavy.
Except for Amy Acker. Why she got those scars?
Which is crazy because we watched the Serenity movie, and that is based off Firefly, and they do a good job of not putting a lot of exposition up front. Like, if you could watch that movie, not have seen Firefly, and still, like, get what's happening and get the character dynamics. So I was like, yeah, you do this. You know how to do this thing. This one just... Yeah. And pilots are hard. Pilots are tough. You're introducing a new world, introducing new characters. I know. I
think that, like... I think what messes with it is because they want it to be a mystery of this stuff. So they can't reveal too much. That they're going to unfold later. But they don't give you enough to get you like, wait, how does this work? Where is he from? Why is he doing this?
I'm so happy you brought that up because that was the issue that I was feeling. Because sometimes when we review a Buffy episode, I was just waiting to get to that first act break where they like lay the twist down on you. So you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be about this thing. You know, sometimes you're just like, okay, what's the thing that's going to happen? What's the monster that's going to poke its head out? And you're like, oh, that's what they got to deal with the whole episode. But I know you had to set up the backstory. This felt like that for so long. Like, okay, I know she's going to start to find, like, when they kept changing her memory, I'm like, I know she's going to start breaking down and start being like, wait, where am I? Who am I? I'm like, let's get to that if that's going to happen. And you're just like, wait, like, I'm just spinning the wheels. And this one case, I think it would hurt it as a pilot, is that this case about the kidnapped girl is like a random mid-season episode.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me understand dolls.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's this guy? Like, they got to save this girl. Why are they saving this girl? Is this what they always do? This guy's got a sniper rifle and he's shooting people. Like, what do they do?
I also wonder, like, what are the limits of Dollhouse? Like, could you hire a doll to be like a birthday clown?
Absolutely, but why would you? But why would you? Yeah. You could just hire a birthday clown.
Like, because these are the best birthday clowns. They got the best birthday clown personalities from dead people.
We have like all the dead clowns, and we put them all together, and they all have some of them have asthma, some of them have limps and high blood pressure. But you know,
yeah.
Wait, what happened? Here's a question. Wait. Here's a question. It's one thing. So you can change their physicality. Like, oh, he said I can't change her eyesight, but the nerves, the way her brain perceives vision makes her nearsighted, right?
Yeah.
But when she's taking the inhaler because of asthma, her lungs don't actually have asthma. Like, say the person was diabetic, right?
Yeah.
And they would feel the need that they need to take some insulin, and they would check their blood thing, and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't. My sugar's fine.
I've been cured."
Like, you know what I mean? Like, is someone gonna pop out and be like, "Oh, that person smoked cigarettes, so of course she's gonna have a cigarette problem"? Like, it's adding some stuff that I don't know.
At Sierra, you'll always find apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. But right now, it's clearance time, so you can save even more on everything you need to get active and outside. Visit your local Sierra store today.
The spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. From improving emergency response times to protecting against cyber attacks, local, state, and federal governments are innovating with Google AI. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at g.co/American innovation.
But I want to go back to this cop guy, dude. Like,
Paul.
He goes into the Russian place. He's like, all right, find out. I know you guys sometimes hire dolls. Find out who hired them. Clean the pee off your shoes. You got a guy in the bathroom. And then that's it, kind of. And I'm like, okay. I guess I don't know what he's going to do if he finds out about it. It's like the Wolfram. It's like the Wolfram and Hart, like a law firm that's running this dollhouse that I just don't quite understand yet.
I think that he wants to figure it out because he sees it as like human trafficking type of stuff.
Fair enough, yeah.
Which is, it seems true, but like he doesn't know where all these dolls are coming from and like how they become dolls. So maybe he also has maybe he has a girlfriend that went missing and he thinks it's part of Dollhouse or something.
And a little muddled that these people are trafficked, and then the case of the week is her stopping a girl who's about to be kidnapped and trafficked.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: it's not about what is her name, Caroline?
Yeah,
it's not about Echo herself being kidnapped. It's about the person inside of her having been kidnapped by the guy that's doing the kidnapping. And that's what makes her freak out. Not that it happened to her personally. And that is something that seems weird. It seems like
the memory of Miss Page.
Yes. So the thing is, you would think that she would have been like, you would think the issue would be that Echo had run into that guy as opposed to her. Well, you know how you want her to like kind of have a break in her reality?
Yeah.
Her break in her reality isn't because
there's two different break of realities.
Well,
like,
that's not
Echo's
a break
in reality is because the dad is questioning, like,
yes.
What's the point of a doll? You don't have these real memories. And that causes Echo to break.
Yes.
But Miss Page,
she has a panic
break
attack.
In her reality, a panic attack.
She has a panic attack. It's not a break in reality. Yeah.
Yeah. She has a panic attack because she sees her abuser.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't recognize her because it's a different body.
And
so he's just like, why is this bitch freaking out? Like,
why is this lady freaking out? I'm just kidnapping a girl and holding it for an $8 million ransom.
Yeah, people getting shot. Like, what are you fucking bringing out your inhaler for? This is run of the mill stuff.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, I would want Echo to run into like a boyfriend of hers in real life. And that causes her to like shift out instead of the guy being like, you're a fucking doll. You don't know anything. I don't know why I'm having you handle the phone calls. I'm like, dude, you're hurting your own case.
I think that will probably happen later on. What you're saying.
I think that's going to happen probably in the next episode. And that's going to be what kind of leads to her. Because do you think in the show she's eventually going to figure out that she's... Because it's tricky.
Absolutely. She's absolutely going to figure out that she's a doll. Because in this episode, she walks in on the personality implant procedure happening. And she's like, what's going on? And everyone's like, oh, nothing to see here. Why don't you go and get a massage?
How do they not keep the doors locked? How is this not behind something? How is she able to just walk in on this?
Dude, not only is she able to just walk in, you can see like the zap lightning shit going on.
It's like you did this in like someone's like corner office instead of like the lab.
Yeah, and all of these dolls are walking around. How is none of them, like, I guess that maybe Echo is slightly having a reality break and like she's falling away from her lack of mind, soullessness, mindlessness. So I think that she's going to definitely see people from Caroline's past. And they're going to be like, Caroline, what are you doing here? And she's going to be like, wait, what? And then Boyd's going to be like, what's going on?
We have this super sophisticated technology, but if anyone calls her by her real name, she loses her shit.
If anyone even questions who she really is, she loses her shit. But
and this person is going to be the negotiator of a high stakes deal. A person that if you ask her the wrong question, she has a breakdown.
But to your point, when Echo just randomly waltzes into that room where they're doing the implant personality thing,
I don't even know if they're doing that. They were scanning the body. They was like doing a lot more into her. That was
Oh yeah, she was like getting a bunch of needles stuck in her and stuff. I was like, word, you don't have this locked?
Like at minimum, lock the door.
And then she's like, she keeps talking about how she like had something fall on her knee. And it's because she like fell off of the motorcycle at the beginning of the episode. And she's like, what happened to my knee? And everyone's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And she's like, no, but something happened to my knee. And then Topher's like, great. I don't give a fuck.
I'm sure it was something great. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's like Echo being like, what's going on here? But then she gets her treatment.
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, they have this thing where if they say, hey, let's go get your treatment, they like snap into like, oh, I have to get medication mode, which means they're going to like deprogram them or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like their little like code
Trigger,
word
yeah.
of like, come back with me. We got to get your treatment. I just don't get why the dad would start questioning the doll situation. Number one, he knows what this is.
Mhm.
Number two, he's explicitly told not to do that.
And he saw her do stuff that actually worked for a bit. And
yeah.
then he goes from like, oh, that's actually a good plan. Oh, that's not a good plan. Oh, that's not like, and it's such a forced like lash out so we can see her like confused about who she is.
Yeah.
Let's do some quote unquote because I do want to talk about Eliza Dushku.
Okay. What do we got?
I have a quote, and this quote I don't even remember hearing it. I had to like go to IMDb because I didn't have I didn't really have a quote from this one. There's some lines.
Sure.
I have a Riley quote.
Ooh, a Riley quote.
And I have
Throwing it back to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And I have a visual unquote and a regular unquote.
What's the Riley quote? I'm curious about that.
The Riley quote is when Boyd goes into the office to talk to Adele. And he's like, you got to keep her memory. She's so close to finding this girl. You got to do it. And yada, yada, yada. And he's like, that's not your job or something. And then he goes, we have a mission.
Yep.
And then she goes, we prefer to call them engagements.
Yeah.
Such classic corporate speak. But when he was like, we have a mission, I just flash back to it's less Riley and more Riley's friend.
Yeah.
What are you, the mission bitch? The mission's boyfriend? That guy.
Yeah. Graham.
Yeah. I'm glad you remembered his
Graham.
name.
What's the visual quote thing?
Just the inhaler. That's the call. It's like a callback joke. Like when he goes, because it's a throwaway line of, you made her nearsighted? She has asthma too. And then
she takes that inhaler twice.
The problem is when she takes the inhaler the first time after like running into like the memory, like the person that's embodied in hers kidnapper.
The person that abused Miss Page.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's such a serious moment, but because the inhaler, the asthma thing was such a throwaway joke line, when she takes out the inhaler to use it, it kind of comes across as half funny, but it's supposed to be really emotionally resonant.
Yeah.
It was like it's tonally, it doesn't work the right way, especially for the stakes of the situation. If like it was nervous and it was like, oh man, she's like, if she said something like, yeah, trust me, it's going to work. He's calling. And then the guy goes, it better works. And he walks off and then she takes an inhaler. That's funny because you're like, she's a little nervous. But when she's traumatized about like, hey, this guy is literally going to keep the girl and do horrible things with her. But oh, wow, I still have asthma. That's tonally off.
Yeah. Do you think did the dad die when he got shot?
No, they say he's going to survive. It's off screen.
Okay.
They say it. Yeah. He's like, bring my girl back and gets shot and then he gets winged.
Yeah, he gets winged in the shoulder. It looks like. I was like,
I'm so mad at Boyd
after that.
I'm so mad at the cop with the sniper rifle. He shoots the one guy and then just like throws the sniper rifle down, runs over to his doll that he handles, and he's like, all right, we're gonna get you safe. I'm like, fucking call this in, track the boat, do something, dude. Yeah. Like they kidnapped the girl.
Actual cops.
Yeah. Like
you saw a guy get shot.
You saw a guy get shot. I think he says, call the ambulance. We got a guy shot. But he's not saying, hey, they're on the boat. Get the helicopter and get these guys. They have a little girl.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. And then then it's all for the argument later where he's just like, oh, don't take her memory away. She's the only one that can do this. The person that's inside the person that I'm handling.
The person that's inside the hot, soulless husk.
They're dolls. They're people.
Oh, God. There was one other what was the other unquote?
The other unquote was, man, Echo keeps saying, you can't fight a ghost.
Yeah.
She keeps saying it so many times to the point of, I think it had more weight about something else that I'm not. She kept saying it to I think this is her. This is not Echo. This is Echo's character. The Paige. This is Paige saying it because she goes like, "You can't fight a ghost," and she says it when she's face to face with that guy who's got a gun pointed at her, and she's just hoping with all hope that the other two guys are morally okay. That
this Paige lady, she seems to know a lot about the situation.
Yeah, she knew that we had to unplug the fridge and and put the girl in the fridge, and they go to the fridge in the kitchen. And the fridge is on the floor?
Yeah.
Closed? Wait, what kind of hiding spot is that? If I went to someone's house or apartment and I was like, are you hiding something? And I go into the kitchen and the fridge is on the floor. I'm like, is it in here? Also, you can't put someone in the fridge. They're airtight. She's going to suffocate.
I mean, I don't think they really give a fuck about that.
They don't want to kill her. Those two guys don't want to kill the girl. They're planning to give her away. Also, this guy is an abuser.
The abuser is trying to, he's trying to do dirty,
he wants her to stay
stuff.
He wants her to stay alive too.
We watched a lot of heavy sexual abuse stuff this week.
Was not Dollhouse, sure. I think it's probably embodied in it, but it was not expecting that much in Veronica Mars.
I mean, I didn't know the premise, but the whole premise is like violation of people's bodies and minds and stuff. But man,
yeah, I mean, there's an episode
stuff
of Punky Brewster where she gets locked in a fridge in a junkyard or something. Like you don't play hide and seek in fridges. You'll suffocate. Like I don't
Unless
understand.
There's a nuclear bomb going off, then that can save you.
Yes, as we learned from Indiana Jones.
Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that. Because once you get out of it, you still have probably like an hour of lead protectioning as soon as you get out.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Yeah, once they just spray you down with the anti-nuclear spray, you're good.
Yeah. I've got that in my house. It was part of the fucking go bag that I bought from Ben Shapiro. From Alex Jones.
A little anti-radiation spray.
Yeah. Also like 16 cans of baked beans to help me survive.
You know they would sell that and it would be like a shower head that you could just
what
put
do
on
they call
your
this?
shower
Like
head?
a Patriot bag or something that Alex Jones will sell on those crazy InfoWars things.
They just make those things to sell you vitamins and pills. It's such an obvious scam. It's just such oh my god.
Bunker protector thing.
So the quote that I got off of IMDb was from Topher, I believe. And he says, "Hey, I imprinted her to be a sociopath, not an idiot." I don't remember where that was said. And I started Googling and I didn't want to like stumble across something. It might be from the next episode. It was on IMDb on this episode on the trip on the list,
quotes.
On the quote. Yeah. I don't remember when he said this line, but I do like it.
I don't like Topher though. And it seems like Topher had some kind of or lusts after Amy Acker's, whose name is Claire Saunders.
I don't know. Amy Acker's like another mystery box of like, what happened to her face? Why is she working here? She's like peering through doorways. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're trying so hard to like have mysteries.
It's too much mystery. Like, just give me, I don't know. I think the next episode will do a better job of working as a pilot, but I think they might skip over the actual introduction of Dollhouses, but I think whatever they do in the next episode is going to be a better distillation of what the show should be. That's my thought.
Well, while you were talking about in the quote situation about how like you can't kill a ghost, I saw what the name of the next episode is. And the next episode is titled Ghost.
Yeah. That's probably why they were like, oh, you might get some spoilery stuff from this for later in the season. Like, I Can't Kill a Ghost seemed like it was such a bigger theme than what was happening in this episode. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Did you notice that we got some Faith doing the Buffy style dancing to start this?
Yes, I did. I was looking at that and I was like, wow, she looks so much like when Buffy was dancing.
The hand over the head, turning around.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
A lot of characters in white dresses this week with Veronica Mars. Now, I wanted to talk about Eliza Dushku.
Let's talk about her. Dushku.
Now, I don't think she's the strongest actor for this type of role.
Okay.
Now, my reasoning is...
I know that... Oh, sorry.
The beginning, I just get real Faith vibes from her acting.
Mm-hmm.
Just real straight up. I'm watching Faith. And I was thinking to myself, why not just do a Faith spinoff? Like, what?
Right?
Like, just do it. I guess, like, get out of the world of vampires, though. But, you know what? Take her out of the world of vampires. Just not have vampires in the world. Just have Faith doing regular crime shit. I don't know. But basically, I was like, oh, man, I'm getting real Faith vibes from her early on. And then you find out that she's going to end up playing a bunch of different type of characters. And I don't think she's not the most rangy of actors to me. And I'm not buying her as this negotiator as much. It feels like someone acting like a negotiator. And it's always fun for an actor that can like go in and you're like, wow, I get to pretend to be a bunch of different characters. But yeah, I don't know. I've never seen her do, this is going to be our first time seeing her do different type of characters. And I didn't like when she's a doll either. Her vacant stare as a doll was so, it felt like a person pretending to be not know what's going on.
That was my criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I like her as a doll. That's like the worst.
Yeah, because she's like looking up and it's like this vacant mouth agape, like, huh? What's going on, guys? Wait, is she gonna get better? She looked like she's hurt.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, do the dolls have personalities at all?
Well, when the one Sierra that she kind of interacts with, I felt such a difference between Sierra, who shows up at the end, shoots the bad guys, comes in military garb, like they're dead. We heard gunshots. We took the initiative. All right, bring them in, wrap them up, get the girl out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then later when she's like seeing her back as a doll and Sierra's like just a husk or whatever, she has a different embodiment there. And I was like, okay, like I see it in a good way there, but I'm not seeing it from, it feels so forced with Eliza.
See, I didn't mind her as the fucking party girl at the beginning.
No, the party girl was fine,
Faith vibes.
but I mean, it was Faith though.
That's in her bag. Like that's putting on an old glove, you know? Mm-hmm. The negotiator, I was fine with, but the doll, I was not. I was just like, ooh. And I know that people in Discord were like, some of the acting in Dollhouse can be a little rough. I was
not liking the cop scene. That whole cop scene was so, when he gets up and yells and they cut to the wide shot of the whole police station hearing him yell, I was like, this is cheesy as hell.
I mean, the part that I liked least about that cop scene was the intersplicing with the Muay Thai shit. Yeah. That was so corny.
Yeah.
That was corny as fuck, dude.
But the acting in that scene is not great though, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Just have to hope it gets better, you know? I mean, I'm interested. Unique premise. I'd love to hear more about how it works. I'm interested.
I just think that I don't think this is a good intro to the show. Like if I saw this, I would be, and then the little tease of like, there's another guy after them. I'm like, after her. And I'm like, what are we? Like I just had to deal with the person. There was a predator that was after the person the Ellen Page character that got implanted in her. But then there's also a guy after Echo. And then there's also the cops trying to bring it down.
I'm going to predict this.
Yeah.
The guy that's after, the serial killer guy that's after Echo that we see at the end, that's shirtless and watching old videotapes of her, framed Echo for a murder or something. And that's why she became a doll. That's what we see in the initial scene.
I'm not. I would say, why would he be going after her then?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, that's I don't think he framed her for like something.
I think that they were dating, but he's a psychopath killer. So he did murders, framed her for it, But he's still in love with her and has like a weird, like, he possesses her type of thing.
I would only buy that if that opening scene had her being like, I need to be in the Dollhouse program. I don't have anything to go back to. I need to get away from this. It didn't seem like she was afraid for her life that a guy was doing this. Or like,
she was arguing with DeWitt about like, she can't believe her life was going like that. I don't think that she knew about the Dollhouse program at that point. Like DeWitt, that's when she's like, well, there is another option.
But she doesn't have the I was framed for murder reaction in that opening scene. That's what I'm saying. Like that opening scene sets a tone of, and again, we don't know. Again, that.
Yeah, I'm still going with it for whatever reason.
Yeah. Do you think those people are her parents that are dead that just got killed? Because she's looking at her tapes and stuff. That's got to be her house. That's got to be her house and her family.
At the end, there's a bunch of dead people that he supposedly had killed.
Maybe. And he's watching her Sunnydale High footage.
Yeah. No, it's from college because she's talking about sororities and how they're all a bunch of big hoes or whatever.
God, it's so Faith code. Like, it's just, I see Faith in everything she does, and it's going to take a while to get, when she has embodied some new people, I just need to, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's playing, I feel like she's playing dress up. That's what it feels like.
In a Dollhouse.
Yeah.
Next episode, titled Ghost. What do we think happens in Ghost?
I think I'm going to say she runs into something from Echo's actual, like, real life past that starts to make her flicker.
Ooh, flicker. I like that. That's a good word for it.
And then we also have more of a explanation of why her handler's who he is and why the cop that's after her is being off the case or not off. That whole Russian tie-in thing was like a lot.
Yeah. You know what? I was probably going to predict something similar. Like, I might just co-sign your prediction there. Let me try and think if I got something else. I think that Echo is going to find something that makes her question her reality as a doll. She's going to be wandering around as a doll again and find something that's suspicious, and people are going to try and brush it under the rug, and she's going to be like, no, that's a little fucking weird. I think that's going to stick.
I think my issue with this episode and like the show premise is that I don't know if I care if she finds out that she's a doll based off that opening scene, right? Like, what happens if she finds out she's a doll? She's like, what? You're doing this to people? I got to free us all. Like, there was a show about like a BBC show about like androids, like Gemma Chan was in it. And they were like all like, it was like sentient AI robots and they were coming to life or whatever. And that's kind of how I would relate this a little bit. But with them, it's like, oh, wow, I got sentience. I realize I'm a machine, but I actually have feelings. I don't want to be in this situation. But these are people who obviously went through some crappy stuff I actually think that the company probably did to make their life terrible, to get them in there. Yeah. And then, so if you find out that, then there's something to it. If you find out that you're in this situation because they set you up for that, then that's something. But if you just find out that you're in the dollhouse, you're like, yeah, I'm supposed to do this for 5 years. Like, send me back in. Like, it's fine. But I don't know what I'm hoping for her to find out. I'm not hoping for her to walk in and be like, you're dolls.
Yeah, and after the 5 years, does she just not remember being a doll for 5 years? And she's just 5 years
No, they probably put her freaking normal memory back in if they're legit company. She just goes back to being Echo 5 years
probably
later.
Like just take him out back and shoot him in the head.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like I don't know what to get from her figuring out that she's a doll. Like she's like, oh no, I'm a doll. Like let me out. And because I've been watching Severance and that's like a situation too, which one of the characters is in that. But
one of the characters from here?
Yeah, we talked about it already. Oh. The Sierra characters in Severance.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah. But
Deitchen Lockman.
Yeah.
God, she looks so unique.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just I don't know what I'm rooting. I don't know what I'm looking for, rooting for in this. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm rooting for the show to be excellent. That's what I'm rooting for.
I'm excited to see the actual pilot that aired.
Yeah. Well, all right. That is a wrap for our episode on Echo, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Hop on Discord and let us know what you thought. If you're a first-time watcher of Dollhouse too, are you curious about where this goes? What do you think about it? Also, again, no spoilers, obviously. Don't spoil shit for us. That's the whole fucking point of this podcast. We're trying to figure it out. But stay tuned next time for when we talk about Ghost.
Something fell on me.
I bet it was something great.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.